So, there have been a lot of videos that came out from different YouTubers talking about the problems with Phase 4 and all of that. This is not really that kind of video. I think Phase 4 does have flaws, but there's also a lot of good in it. So, I kind of want to talk about my opinions on it. First of all, I will say that Phase 4, most of the projects in Phase 4 do have a lot of flaws. Like the Eternals had way too many characters. Miss Marvel had an uninteresting plot and villain. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier had some really bad villains. Like, a lot of the projects I think are very flawed, but there are some really good ones in my opinion. Like Spider-Man No Way Home. It was so cool to see all the Spider-Men together. Shang-Chi was a really great character, and his story was done really well, and Wen-Wu was a great villain, one of the best Marvel villains we've ever gotten, in my opinion. Loki was exhilarating. It just exudes this energy that's really great. WandaVision was so intriguing, and even after that first that weekly release where we were so excited, so much like anticipating to see what's gonna happen, I still think it's like a really great character story for Wanda, which they did sort of ruin in Multiverse of Madness, in my opinion, which is another project that I don't really love from Phase 4. But yeah, I already talked about that in other videos. So anyways, yeah. I think Hawkeye was a lot of fun. It introduced a new character. Kate Bishop was pretty cool. And we got to see Yelena again, who is another character that I really loved that was introduced in Phase 4. Some of the projects in Phase 4 I didn't really love, like Black Widow or Miss Marvel, but they introduced some really great characters that I really liked. Like, I really like Yelena. I really like Kamala Khan as a character, though her show wasn't that good. So there is a lot of good to Phase 4, and I think there are 5 projects that I personally really liked in Phase 4, and others did too. And Marvel used to put out like 6 projects a phase with Phase 1, so if in the future we're gonna get like 5 really good projects per phase, I mean, I think that's pretty good compared to what we used to get, which is like only 6 projects per phase total. You know what I mean? So the future looks bright, and with Comic-Con and Kevin Feige going out and announcing the whole Phase 5 slate and a few of the Phase 6 movies, things are looking really good for the MCU. Phase 4, I will say, it is very flawed. They put out a lot of different projects, and a lot of them, even most of them, didn't work for me. But some of them did. So that whole quality over quantity sort of argument, I get where that's coming from, but at the same time, they're still putting out some really good projects, though not all of them are great. But another criticism of Phase 4 is that it felt kind of directionless.
I agree with that, but at the same time, I fundamentally disagree.
Like, there is a lot of stuff being introduced in Phase 4 that, personally, I actually don't think it'll all connect at some point. I think what they're really doing is just setting up a bunch of stuff to be paid off in future projects so that they can make more money, obviously, and they can make more projects. But there is a direction there. We are heading to a big multiversal war, and there are projects like Loki and Multiverse of Madness and Spider-Man No Way Home not tied into that. So I think they have some projects that maybe won't have a huge impact on the greater MCU, like Moon Knight, even Thor Love and Thunder, even Miss Marvel. I mean, she is being set up to be in the Marvels, but they're dealing with sort of a cosmic threat there, which isn't sort of the big picture that I'm seeing that they're going to go with in the future. So I think Phase 4, I honestly agree with a lot of people that say that it's like one of the worst phases. It is very flawed. But with Phase 4 almost coming to an end, I'd say I am satisfied with what we got in Phase 4. Yes, I wish the quality was better on a lot of the projects that came out, but there's a decent amount there that I thought were really good and that I really enjoyed. And if that's how things are going to keep going in the future, then that's decent. I obviously would wish that they would up the quality and have like really good quality on all of them. But with what they're doing now, with all the content they're putting out, there's going to be projects that people don't like and projects that people do like. It sort of depends on people's tastes because they are sort of really getting creative with things. Like WandaVision is nothing they've ever done before. They did this like really creative sitcom thing to be able to tell Wanda's story. We're getting She-Hulk, which is basically a full-on comedy. So they're doing a lot of different types of things. So there are projects that some people are gonna like and some people won't. So I am satisfied with what we got in Phase 4 so far. So tell me in the comments, what do you think? What do you think of Phase 4 so far? And are you excited for the future of Marvel after Phase 4 is starting to come to an end? So that's it for this video, and thanks for watching.